Idubbbz lost everything. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. It is not looking so good for him, man. I know he developed empathy at the ripe age of 34. Hopefully at 36 he develops common sense. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, we got an update to the whole Idubbbz situation. Basically, if you didn't know, Idubbbz is hosting an event called Creator Clash 3, and it's essentially a boxing
and it's going to be viewed by a total of one person, because that's how the ticket sales are looking.
Event where influencers will fight each other.
And I can't tell you how disappointing this is, because Creator Clash, fun fact, and this is real shit, I actually told OTK that we should do the event exactly like Creator Clash was, a year before Creator Clash was actually made. And I got told we can't do that, it's too dangerous. So that's a bummer, because I did have the idea to do this, just make Twitch streamers and YouTube streamers box each other, but I was told it's too dangerous. It's what it is. And I was also a huge fan of Ian. I was a huge fan of Idubbbz. I watched all of his videos. I think his content cop was hilarious. Same thing with like Joe G, John Tron, H3H3, you know, all of the old motherfuckers back in the day. Yeah, the fall off has been insane, and it's very disappointing because I even played World of Warcraft with Ian back in the day. And so seeing someone who I looked up to like this have such a severe fall off is just kind of fucking embarrassing.
And the excess money goes to charity. Only problem is, it is completely failing. Their main fighter, Harley, just pulled out of the event, meaning there is no main fight.
Yeah, they tried to replace me with Harley. Or sorry, they tried to replace Harley with me. And I said, nah, I'm good.
They're canceling seats left and right because nobody is attending. They're even desperately trying to invite anyone to
Keith Apicary, man, this guy's fights were awesome.
Fight on the event like Ice Poseidon, and literally inviting their own enemies like Tectone, who has an ongoing beef with Frogan, who is a known friend of Idubbbz.
Okay, I want to make it clear. I'm not Frogan's enemy. Okay? I'm not. Legit. I don't care. I am just somebody, when they see bullshit, I just make fun of it. Okay? That's all it is. That's all it is. When somebody says something stupid, I just make fun of it. It just so happens that Frogan and Denims and Hasan say a lot of stupid shit, but in the same vein, I shit on everybody. I even shit on my own friends. I'll just be real. Like, this whole, he's their enemy, I barely even think about the bitch. But then she tweets something and I'm like, well, here we go. Insert Jabba the Hutt meme. It takes 3 seconds. You know, it's really that easy.
And all this while H3H3 is just making fun of all of them constantly after being backstabbed. And obviously we have the usual Hasan updates where he's just crashing out over random shit. Now, if you're around a couple years ago, you probably remember the previous Creator Clash, which actually made no money. In fact, it lost $250,000 and apparently not—
Speaking of losing $250,000, I also heard Wild West, the OTK event, also lost $200,000. I remember when I wasn't invited to that. That was the weirdest shit ever. I'm not gonna lie. Not getting invited to Wild West, I was just like, I was the only creator in Austin that didn't get invited. Because Melena's hatred for me was just so high. And I don't know why. I really, truly don't. And that's okay. I mean, you can hate me if you want, but man, that shit was, and to be fair, I probably wouldn't have gone anyways, but it's just, the thought. The thought would have been cool, but that's okay, man. That's all right.
Not a single cent actually went to charity because Idubbbz and his wife Anissa were completely incompetent at their job and
why weren't you invited? So Melena would frequently call me a content assassin. And the reason why that would be is because I don't like doing things for content, right? I just like doing things because they're like the right thing to do and they're like what I want to do, right? Like if I think a bitch stupid, I'm just going to say, oh, that's fucking dumb. So I guess I don't play along too well. That's okay though. It is what it is. And if a bitch just cringe, I'm just not going to participate in it. That's just me though. But yeah, Melena just didn't like me too much. And there's probably other reasons because a couple people were in her ear and it is what it is. I'm not really going to worry about it too much.
Despite having very popular—
Who the fuck is Melena? Okay, that's a fair point.
Influencers at their event, they mismanaged the finances and ended up screwing over everyone.
We lost.
You made it. Wait, neither does Soda. Well, okay. So here's the real reason. Okay, sorry. If you want the real reason on why I wasn't invited, I'll just lay it out. A lot of the streamers in OTK, I'm just being real, they were absolute slaves to LSF. And a lot of Melena's opinions and thoughts and content ideas would be entirely based off of, well, what's LSF going to think? And it's the same thing with Miz. You know, Miz constantly looks at LSF, Even Tips doing a interview to LSF, it's like, who the fuck cares about these people? Like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck cares? Like, why are we doing this to LSF? Like, who cares? Like, Tips' interview would have been so much better if they just put it on the OTK YouTube channel and they had like NMP interview him with the hardest hitting questions of what people want to know about OTK and present it like that. What's LSF? I know. Nobody knows what LSF is besides LSF users. And unless you're living in 2022, nobody gives a fuck about that subreddit, right? So yeah, it's just, I don't know why they give that subreddit so much power. It's the same thing as Yeet or Awk20K on Twitter, but like way worse. Because like, I'll be real, who the fuck is using Reddit in 2025? Like, what the fuck?
$250,000 on the event. Once our expense.
Oh, you know what was a great opinion that LSF had? That Tectone was going to fall off now they left OTK. Yeah, I wonder if they realize that I'm getting the most viewership that I've ever gotten right now. 6.5K on Twitch and 6.5K on YouTube was the peak of my stream today. Pretty damn good. 13K viewers total. It's pretty nice.
Are paid off for the event, then we can start paying the charities. Unfortunately, we didn't even reach the break-even point. Right? We're $250,000 in the red.
Now, people are also theorizing that Idubbbz made this poorly constructed content cop to increase his relevancy right before the event.
But of course he did. But then he fumbled the entire fucking bag. Like, this shit was a joke. Look, like, what? Like, look at this thumbnail. Who? Like, outside of OnlyFans, nobody who knows who this dumb bitch is. Outside of making fat jokes, nobody knows. I mean, who the fuck is that? Who are these people? Like, bro made a content cop with 3 literal fucking nobodies and literally let all of these people force feed their opinions into his narrative to make the biggest disaster for his career of all time. You don't know who the middle one is? That's the rising star. Oh yeah, 2 years in a row. Sorry, I forgot. That's Ludwig and QT's favorite industry plant. You're right. My bad, guys. I know. I'm sure she's wonderful off stream, guys. That's what I've heard. I'm sure she's so nice off stream. Sure, on stream she promotes terrorism and same thing with Denims, promotes terrorism, goes in on false allegations, and says that they hope all American soldiers die, and say that they hope they get PTSD. But off stream, they're so nice. Just admit that you want to be nice to Hasan's little orbiters, so maybe he'll show up on your stream and give you his shit-ass anime takes. Like, I'll be real, man. My dignity ain't worth that shit. I'll be using my dignity on pulling 2D anime women instead. Thank you very much.
Thing is, he was so focused on backstab.
Oh, and by the way, it's not the Rising Stars Award. It's the Rising Scale Award.
His best friend Ethan, he actually forgot to even promote the event on that video.
True.
And obviously I'm guessing that he did not predict that the content cop would backfire so massively and completely ruin his event. So
yeah, because I'm sure everybody in that echo chamber was like, oh, do it. It'll be so good. You must do it. It'll be a banger video. Trust me, we all think this way. That means everybody thinks this way. Guys, I hate to blow your mind. The people in Hasan's Orbit crew, they're retarded. Straight up. They're fucking retarded. Right? And there's a section of the internet that really like to convince you otherwise, right? But let's be real, they're so fucking dumb it hurts.
We're just going to go over all of the updates one by one, starting with the main fighter of the event, Harley, saying, I'm not boxing. You going to cancel Creator Clash 3 yet, Anissa and Idubbbz? Good call, man. We all see...
And the great news is, I can talk infinite amount of shit about Frogan and Denims, and they'll pull it up. But their viewers don't fucking matter because there are a bunch of people jerking off to them. Okay, they're never going to come to my stream. And Hasan will never react to any of the clips I make because I don't have as many viewers as him. Right? So he'll deem me unworthy, which means I just get to shit on everybody for free. It's great. It's great. And then you know what they'll do? The only insult, because here's the thing. These people can't tell me what I'm saying is wrong. The only thing they'll do is try to label me as a criminal. That's their only defense. That's the only defense they ever have. Yeah, but this girl said this about you. Oh, okay. Well, what's great is we're getting older on the internet, and people realize that, man, maybe a crying OnlyFans girl is full of shit. Yep, imagine that. It's great. And here, I live in proof. And when somebody immediately, their response is disprovable in 30 seconds with anybody who reads it for more than 5 seconds, Denham's missed the part where I was accused of covering up a crime with an NDA, which, by the way, you just can't do. That's illegal. You cannot do that. The thing is, that doesn't fit Denham's narrative that I'm a criminal. So she's actively pandering, trying to make people think that I'm a criminal when I'm not, because she knows that I'm right. She just can't say that I'm wrong because she knows I'm right. So she has to say, oh, yeah, but isn't this guy weird? Yeah, but isn't this guy weird? And it doesn't work. And what's even better is so many people in my chat vibe and understand how terrible it feels when someone says you did something you never did. It helps me every day, and you can tell by the trajectory. So you can keep on sucking my... Anyways, let's keep going here.
How seriously you take this and how hard you've worked, all of this political stuff will sadly overshadow everything. They never treated you with respect, and that convo with Nick the other night proved it. Harley, headliner from Creator Class 3, talks about the atmosphere leading up to the event. Got people messaging me, drop out.
But I do get people messaging me that are like, you got to drop up, bro. You're gonna fucking dance monkey for people that hate you, dude. Don't even like, and it ends up getting into this place. And for me, and I don't know about the other fighters, but just for me, like, I'm just kind of like, oh, cool. The fun little charity fundraiser has now been attached to a decades-long bloody holy war in the Middle East.
Yep.
It's whatever. Cool. It's not.
Now is the opportunity for anybody who doesn't fucking suck to make the new Creator Clash. That's the one way that I think somebody could blow the fuck up. It's not hard. The idea's there. The blueprint's there. Just take it and be a person who doesn't fucking suck and make good fights. It's that easy. Why are we letting this go to somebody who's a fucking backstabber? Absolutely not.
Not really like the fun sentiment I had. So now,
here, chat, let me ask you guys a question. Are you watching Creator Clash because you really like Idubbbz? Or are you watching it because it's a cool event? And for all of you guys who are going to obviously say cool event, why the fuck would you care if someone else hosted it? Just watch it by someone else. It's that easy. We know the idea works, so just get somebody else to run it and say fuck you to these pieces of shit. It's that easy.
Now, like, I wake up in the morning, I'm going to go to boxing. Like, I got to think about Israel and Palestine.
I know.
What's going on?
So that's the thing. Harley signed up for a boxing event, not some random political war with Hasan's friends just calling him out. And with Idubbbz making this content cop, he's just made it very hard for everybody on the fight. So here we are on the Creator
That wake up Ethan shit was so cringe.
Clash 3 page. It's supposed to happen on June 28. I highly doubt it's actually going to happen. Here's some of the fighters. Here we got Harley, the main event, which is getting canceled now, which is why they're reaching out to Tectone, who was of similar build here. We got Tubbo versus Sapnap. I don't really care about these people. Then we got these guys. We got Odd Ones Out. We got... I don't know who these are. And then this person is from the Ace 3 podcast and also apparently got a panic attack when Idubbbz went behind their back and essentially just uploaded the content cop on Ethan. So putting them in a very awkward position, obviously. Now, here's a quick overview of what's going on.
I honestly cannot believe that more creators aren't dropping out quicker because they honestly really should. Like, legit, just drop out. It's really that easy.
The event by friend of the channel, Sensitive Society.
Tragic day for the 25 people who thought about going to Creator Clash 3, which is literally in a month and a half. For whatever reason, Idubbbz thought it would be smart to book it at this arena, right? This arena has a 21,000 people capacity. This is just unrealistic. They have removed all the upper bowl sitting, which was what I was just talking about. If I was Idubbbz or Anissa, I would be freaking the f out. Jake Paul announced his next boxing event will be the same day as Idubbbz's Creator Clash 3. I mean, look at this section, dude. $212. Is Idubbbz going to personally come over and give me a hand job for this money? I mean, Idubbbz, you're gonna be realistic. No one really likes you. No one really cares about you anymore. And I think on top of that,
Jesus. I think this actually had nothing to do with any
is the person talking, was that Nicholas Diorio? Or who was the person talking?
Drama with the content cop or anything like that. I don't think it had anything to do with it. I think it's just simply that the event wasn't really that interesting. It's basically compounding off of the lack of interest from the previous event, a reduction in people that are willing to be title card fighters, And I think all of these things happening came together and it damaged the event in a way that I don't think is recoverable. I don't think Creator Clash is really going to do very well. I don't think.
You know how you can make Creator Clash do well? Pay me $5 million. Pay Asmongold $50 million. And we'll do Asmongold versus Tectone in the main event. Okay? That's a draw. Okay? That's a big draw. 100% people would want to see that. But that being said, I would never hit Asmongold a single time. I would lay down for him. Because I can't hit people I like. And I'll let Asmongold use a sword. Okay? He can chop off my big toe.
I think they're going to make their money back. And I think overall it's going to be a negative.
Shout out to Sensitive. And yeah, I completely agree. They basically completely messed up the whole thing, booked a place way too big, started canceling seats left and right, panicking because nobody's showing up, and everything is just sort of going downhill. So much so that Idubbbz ended up contacting Ice Poseidon to actually fight a guy who
making a deal with the devil. That's insane.
Who he's never even talked to.
Yep.
Is Idubbbz getting desperate? With Creator Clash 3 just weeks away, Ice Poseidon reveals that he denied an offer to box Idubbbz at the event. Yep. I think he's struggling to find people to box him, if I had to guess.
I got invited to box Idubbbz at his event, his boxing event for Creator Clash, but I had to decline that because if I were to lose the Idubbbz, I would be extremely embarrassed. And I'm not very good at boxing, so I was like, no, I can't do that.
You guys have the same stats, though.
I know he has 2 losses, I have 2 losses. But that's what I'm saying. If I lose to him, there's no coming back from that. 'Cause he's like a skinny dude.
I think you'd win.
I mean...
And I think everyone would be wanting you to win, too.
Yeah, but I have no training at all. And it's very soon. So I would pass out in 5 seconds, and then I'd be... Okay. I was just wondering why he asked me, because me and him have nothing to do with
because he's cooked.
Like I've never even spoke to him, so I don't know why he asked me to box.
Let's do Idubbbz versus Johnny Somali.
Like surely he has other options.
That's the only way Idubbbz gets cheered.
Options.
Maybe he wants your clout.
I mean, he definitely has more clout than I do. But I don't know. I think he's struggling to find people to box him, if I had to guess, because I don't know why he would ask me.
Yeah, this is just really awkward. Idubbbz scraping the absolute bottom of the barrel to find fighters for his event. And
bro, calling Ice Poseidon bottom of the barrel, that's foul.
Actually getting rejected by Ice Poseidon is something I could never live down, honestly. That is like the most embarrassing thing that's probably happened. And you know the funniest thing about all of this is that there is no shot that Idubbbz and his group of friends agree with Ice Poseidon's general demeanor, controversy, politics, or just general edginess, right?
True.
And Idubbbz and his group of friends are so quick to discount anybody that sort of goes against their opinions. But suddenly, when they're desperate for an event and to fill slots, they will invite literally anybody. Yep. And it's just not looking good for iCox here. And if you thought they couldn't get any more...
They called him iCox, that's insane.
Desperate. Apparently, they were also going to invite Tectone to the event. And if you haven't been keeping up, Tectone is a pretty big streamer who recently got banned on Twitch for calling Frogan gravitationally challenged. And despite him clearly making enemies with Idubbbz and his group of friends, Idubbbz still has to crawl to him and beg him to participate. He sent him a message asking his weight, which is obviously related to the event. So here's a quick recap of the whole Tectone versus Frogan lore, and then we'll get to the messages Idubbbz sent.
The U.S. military has conducted some of the most horrific...
No, Frogan. You meant it.
U.S. military? Boof who? I hope you get PTSD.
That is a real quote. You want to tell me that's a misspeak?
Base?
The rest of the world is not going to fall for this revisionist history you are so desperately trying to push. You based? Based? Sorry, my inner Frogan came out. Yeah, legit. Brother, watching my streams, I'm sorry, guys, I think I'm hilarious. The way I talk sometimes, I truly sound like some religious preacher. Thank God no man is ever gonna have to see that shit. The only thing that sees the inside of you is the McDonald's Big Mac.
Yes, I got banned for 2 weeks.
Sorry. I'm a big fan of this guy. Tectone, he's a great streamer, great friend of mine.
For simply calling Frogan large. I'm not sorry, to be honest. I stand by what I said. However, going forward, I'll do my best to not bring her up again. That was
I failed on that horrifically.
a lie. He does bring her up again.
But hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, once it stops being funny, All right, cool.
But I do think it's crazy how I get banned for 2 weeks for calling someone fat, and the things you see on a daily basis on Hasan or Denim stream is 10,000 times worse, and they don't even get a warning. Anyways, see you live on YouTube. Now, Denim's, another Hasan groupie, was actually gloating about this, saying, do nothing and win. Only problem is Tectone actually got unbanned immediately after. I got my suspension lifted for good behavior. Now, the funny thing is, this was Tectone's, quote, good behavior. The only enemy you got is a salad, and apparently he was banned like minutes after this. My theory is that he started streaming on YouTube and Twitch sort of panicked. They didn't want to lose another streamer, so I don't know, they might have unbanned him for that. Now that
Hey, 14,000 on YouTube. Hey, sometimes we got like that. Hashtag free Tectone. Hey, that's because of you, boys. That's because of you. Yes, sir. My motherfucking boys. Appreciate y'all, man. Hey. Don't get me wrong. I love Twitch. I do. I just want equal punishment for everyone. I do. I think it's a joke that Frogan has never been banned for her PTSD comment. Never. She never got banned for that. Imagine that.
Now that we know Harley dropped out from Creator Clash 3, let's do some investigating. Was Tectone slated to be Harley's replacement? Tectone revealed yesterday that Idubbbz asked him what his weight was in DMs. Before I get invited...
6'6", 238 pounds. Yes, sir. Wingspan, 7 foot. Yes, sir. Try to box me, bitch. Bro, it's like a Monkey D. Luffy. I'll be punching you from the corner, brother. You can't get in on me. You don't want that, bro. It won't be a box. It'll be a slaughter. Anyways.
That I'm not interested.
Idubbbz DM'd me, and he asked, how much do you weigh? Also, shout outs to Eggy. He's not here today. I miss him every day. So I think he's gonna try to get me in Creator Clash, which, by the way, before that comes out and before that gets invited, before I get invited to that, I'm not interested. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'd rather do a fighting event that isn't run by somebody who stabs their best friend in the back. Yep. Yeah, no, I'm good, man.
Absolutely based response from Tectone here. In my opinion,
Tectone stocks are up, boys. It merely is what it motherfucking is.
they do not deserve to have any courtesy.
True.
Because for all we know, they're just gonna mess up the event again, and no money will actually end up going to charity.
Yep.
It will go straight into their pockets or the rest of the fighters. And the main reason anyone is interested in this event is because of the charity, right? So if that's not gonna happen, I don't really care about anything else.
True.
Not to mention they are literally all just horrible people and don't deserve any of the success this brings. Now the funny thing is, the Tectone Frogan situation doesn't actually end there. We actually have some updates as to why Tectone was unbanned on Twitch. Apparently, he had to fill out a survey on Twitch to show his good behavior, right? And just be like sort of remorseful for calling her, you know, whatever, molecularly expansive. And this survey had a very interesting question on it that pretty much exposes Twitch's massive hypocrisy.
So I was banned for 2 weeks. And why did I get banned? Because I called Frogan a piece of shit. In the TOS, it literally says they have to state that they're bothered by it. And Frogan has gone on record saying she was not bothered by it. She said, oh, it's such a boring insult. Get something new. It doesn't bother me. She said that. So first of all, why the did I get banned for that? Secondly, here's how I got unbanned. I had a survey to take. A survey to take if I was a good boy or not. It's a new thing that Twitch was rolling out, which I thought was honestly a pretty good idea. But on that survey, You got to answer a couple questions. A streamer is talking about a physical injury they experienced in the military. Someone in chat tells the streamer that they deserve their injury and should have been killed. You know what the correct answer was for, does this behavior violate Twitch's community guidelines? Yes, because Twitch does not allow users to wish harm or death on others. Well, that's crazy, because why the f is Frogan going live wishing death and harm on American soldiers on a daily f***ing basis? True. You know she never got banned for that? You know she got banned for the race tier list? But she never got banned for the PTSD comment. True. So what the f is that? True and real. Just a crazy question. Based, real, and true. Big true. This is the answer that I would like to know. True, based, real. Would be great. Because here's the reality. Rooted in reality. Did I deserve the ban? Yes. But my anger isn't about that. You can't pick and choose who you're going to enforce the rules on. It needs to be everybody. Pause.
I'm gonna stream on YouTube. See y'all there. But I do think it's crazy how I got banned for 2 weeks for calling someone fat, and the things you see on a daily basis from Hasan or Denim stream is 10,000 times worse, and they don't even get a warning. Anyways, live on YouTube, and in my head I'm like, okay, you call me fat, cool. I don't care. I especially don't give a fuck about what an ugly man has to say.
We're not abusing TOS, are we? We're not abusing TOS, are we? When we said that we don't get bothered by that comment, and then we report someone for that comment, we're not abusing someone, are we? Because in Twitch's TOS, it strictly states, if the streamer has gone on record saying it makes them uncomfortable and you repeatedly say it, then you get banned. And I'll be real, I'm incredibly offended when people call me ugly. I'm incredibly offended when people call me ugly. I'm incredibly offended when people call me bald. It hurts a lot. I don't know if I can emotionally handle that, getting equal treatment. Because if they don't, that's where resentment lies. That's where anger builds. That's where frustration and tension are. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that is just completely insane to me. Twitch are such open, giant hypocrites. It's actually crazy, which is partly why I sort of...
Don't do it, she'll cry. Wait, what's this? What is this? Frogan starts crying when Mizgiv says it doesn't make sense for her to be nominated twice.
You're either a star or you're not. You know what I mean? Like, what? I feel like this award should be like... A falling star award? Bro, that'd be so funny. I would clear.
Let's keep going here.
Stop streaming on that website. I used to stream on it a couple of years back, and yeah, I knew this was coming. I knew their downfall was planned because they had horrible moderation back then as well. But how does she not get banned for that? And he gets banned for pointing out that she's... Twitch obviously does not enforce their TOS equally at all. You obviously get special privileges if you're part of Hasan's goon squad, and you obviously get plus 10 privilege points if you support terrorists, right? If you openly support terrorists, you're probably on the moderation team, honestly. You're probably a Twitch staff, like an employee. Now we gotta move on to H3H3 just making fun of their absolute failure, because obviously Ethan is very happy that their event is failing after his literal best friend backstabbed him.
Of course.
Ethan throws shots at...
Which Ian has gone on record saying that Ethan was his best friend, which is insane to me.
Ian and Anissa, after Harley announced his withdrawal from Creator Clash 3, maybe Tectone will join the card. And
bro, I want to talk to Ethan in a DM so bad, but I have no idea how to contact him. I just, and maybe a clip can get to him. I just want to thank him for having my back and kind of giving my perspective and my POV on why I said what I said. Maybe we don't need to talk, but I at least just want him to know that I appreciate him being pretty level-headed and telling his friend, well, this is why Tectone did this, because as a guy who's been horrifically misunderstood on the internet, I really appreciate people just, having a level head and being like, well, let me think about this from Tectone's perspective. And I very much appreciate that.
Here we have
And I also hope that him and his wife and, sorry, I will call her by her name, Ela, are doing okay, as well as their children. I hope they're all doing okay.
H3H3, how's that content cop working out for you guys? Maybe Tectone will join the card. And then we got a post just highlighting his tweet. Tectone already said no, but I'm sure Hasan is a supportive pal and will jump in. Obviously, Hasan, you should join this event.
Yeah, join it, man. Go join.
Save your friends' charity.
Is this the clip you were asking for?
Shielding from the bomb vest? Your fucking mom, you dumb bitch.
Shielding from the bomb vest? Well, we both have them strapped to our chest because we're both Arabs, so I think neither of us. Neither of us, I guess.
In a scenario like that, who would die first, me or you?
I don't know.
Or would we die at the same time?
Mine wouldn't fucking go off. I know it wouldn't go off.
Do you think you would die by proximity?
The Jewish part of me would probably skimp out on the Jewish part of me would skimp out on the actual supplies for the bomb vest. So I think mine wouldn't work as well.
That's
what
insane.
is happening?
So I think I'm fucked.
What type of conversation is this?
I think yours would go off first.
You know what I don't understand? Like, I feel like whenever people are like shitting, like being hating ass bitches, they're never original. Like, I want like original shit. Okay, you call me Hijabba the Hutt. Tectone started that meme. He's an ugly fucking freak that got caught liking lolly. All right.
Literally never happened. Literally never happened. And if you look into the context of that clip, I liked porn of fucking Yoko Littner, one of the hottest characters in fucking anime. And then that artist started making weird shit. Never happened me liking lolly. That literally never happened. However, I wouldn't trust this woman to actually look into anything herself.
I'm gonna be offended by an ugly bald motherfucker that's divorced and likes lolly.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, so when I get married again next year, are people going to stop calling me divorced? Or no? I don't know why everybody keeps on holding the fact that I was divorced when it's like, yeah, I got out of a bad relationship. I'm so confused. Like, guys, I hate to tell people, I've also broken up with 5 women too. Yep, it's true.
Ooh. Can't sleep at night because of that.
Hold up.
Keemstar, a known predator, dates girls that are closer to age to his daughter than him. Oh my god, I can't fucking sleep at night. The great thing is I can walk past the school with no thoughts, and Keemstar has to fucking control himself.
Wait, she's out here calling people pedophiles? And I got banned for fat? So she's implying that me and Keem like kids when unbanned. And I got banned for 2 weeks for calling her fat. This is insane.
And then Ethan Klein. I have no words. I have no words for Ethan Klein. His existence just speaks.
Exactly.
I have nothing to say about him. You know, Hila Porsche-shamed me yesterday.
What?
Hila Porsche-shamed me yesterday.
Hila looks like she fucking. That's insane. Stop. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna attack a poor.
Bro, this is such an echo chamber conversation. It's insane.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna attack the disabled. I just won't do it.
Bro,
I will stand up for disabilities.
Like, you call me poor, but she doesn't realize we know people that worked for Teddy Fresh and have been told that they had to lay off basically everybody at Teddy Fresh. So how are you going to be pocket watching when your company's fucking failing? You know?
She's right. We are poor, though.
She's right. She's like, she's
right.
No, she's talking about how I can't afford rent. And I'm just like, dude, it's kind of,
we can.
It's kind of icky and gross when a multi-millionaire is like saying shit like that.
Right.
When you are the direct impact as to why I lost my income. Like, what? Like I said, bitch, man. You called Ramallah the terrorist city of Ramallah? Bitch, you raided the Krusty Krab.
All right, cool. Let's keep going here.
Event. Yeah, I'm sure it will be a complete success with
But yeah, that's what we're doing with today, guys.
Hasan in the ring. Now, people are pointing out that Idubbbz might have to refund absolutely everybody as well. With Harley dropping out of Creator Clash, anyone is now entitled to a full refund, which they were previously refusing. Florida rules, it seems, upon the postponement, substitution of either participant, or cancellation of the main event or the entire program of matches, the promoter shall refund the full purchase price of a ticket to each person presenting a ticket for a refund within 30 days after the scheduled date of the event. Within 10 days after the expiration of the 30-day period, the promoter shall pay all unclaimed ticket receipts to the commission. This is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, this is insane. Because, like, I could fuck over the event so hard.
News, because this means that Idubbbz is absolutely going broke, bro. He has literally lost everything.
That's
Here's
insane.
what people are saying. Ethan has been stacking so many W's lately. The content cup destroyed Ian more than it did Ethan.
Yep.
That's what I was saying from the very beginning when I got all those idiots. I'm like,
What do we link here? What do we link? Okay, well, I didn't need to see that. Anyways, let's keep going here.
comment section. Oh, actually, this was a good content cup. I told you it was a complete disaster. And that's exactly what's happening. It's ruining his life, essentially. Refunds imply people actually bought tickets. Now, apparently Idubbbz's Discord is also melting down. Idubbbz's Discord mod says that they're not discussing Creator Clash at this time after the shocking Harley Morenstein withdrawal. More info to come.
Man, I can't believe our fighters withdrawed after I was a piece of shit. Oh, man, I can't believe it.
Harley off Creator Clash for real. He was my favorite fighter. We're not discussing Creator Clash at this time. More info to come, actually. But I'll tell you what the more info is. The event is canceled. The event will be canceled. Because they won't be able to raise any money for charity. Nobody's going to be fighting. Nobody's going to be attending. This is wonderful, guys. Obviously, I support money going to charity, right?
Sure.
But the thing is, Ian and Anissa are so incompetent that whatever event they put on has been historically shown to not generate any money for charity, has been historically shown to be a complete flop and a complete, essentially just false promises, right? So I would rather their event fail and somebody more competent actually puts on something and raises money for charity. For example, C-Dog VA and Chris Broad always put on this cyclothon, which...
Dude, is anybody else just really just fucking sad? Because Ian used to be so fucking cool, man. Damn. It actually, oh, man, it's still hard for me just, like, to even, like, understand that. Because he used to be so, like, his content was so fucking funny. It's just, oh, man, it's just such a fucking bummer. Wait, didn't I have Idubbbz on Steak and Eggs? Bro, we literally had him on Steak and Eggs. I actually forgot about this. Because even then, he was cool as fuck to talk to, man.
Raises a ton of money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation or the IDF, and I think they raised like $1 million. So there's clearly people out there who are much more competent to handle this stuff, and just because I want their event to fail doesn't mean that I want charity to fail as a whole, obviously. Now, Ethan's also been posting some absolutely golden clips regarding Idubbbz and Anissa because they have gone back on pretty much everything they've ever said. In this clip, Idubbbz basically says that he would literally neck himself, then get involved in the drama.
I'd love to hear your thoughts. No, I'm not going to give you our thoughts on the H3 content nuke. I refuse.
We don't. Let me put it this way: we're very busy.
And yeah, if we let any of that enter our fucking lives, we kill ourselves.
Ooh, yeah, that one just did not age well at all. And honestly, obviously, I don't wish them any harm or whatever. I just think they should take some time off the internet and just go touch grass. You don't need to be online. You don't need to involve yourself with all these degenerate freaks that are just gonna make you depressed. And you called it. You would be severely depressed and want to neck yourself if you got involved in all of this drama.
Yeah,
and you should just not, man. You should just go live life,
boys.
be happy.
Hey,
One of our commented, man, Creator Class 3 might end up being the most poorly handled YouTuber event, and that's saying something.
Yep.
Now we gotta move on to the Hasan updates. Here he is crashing out again because he said $300 shoes are very affordable, and somebody called him out for being out of touch.
I hate this conversation because for a boot,
what's relatable for people is 30 to 40 bucks for a boot, not 300. People are paying for the functionality because they need it, not for the fucking brand. And that's the truth. Okay, if you think anything else, you're unrelatable. Okay, you go to Payless, You get your shoe, because let's be real, the majority of Americans, they're poor or they don't care about brands. They just get clothes that get the job done. They shop at Walmart. They shop at Target, and that's it.
That you can wear forever, $300.
Dude, I can't believe a terrorist supporter is out of touch with what the average American wants to wear as shoes. That's insane, man. Maybe if he asks the Houthi pirate, he'll be more in touch. Because that guy literally is like Monkey D. Luffy. So, yeah, who knows?
Is perfectly permissible as a price point. Stop fucking doing this bullshit. Stop doing this fucking bullshit in the chat where you're like, dude, I'm not actually signing off from my mommy's Connecticut McMansion. I'm actually literally living in a fucking pile of trash right now.
Why is bro going after people with a McMansion when he owns a $3.3 million mansion in Los Angeles? I'm so tired of these streamers trying to pretend to be relatable. Guys, I tell you guys I'm a millionaire every single time I go live. And then you got people like Pokemon being like, man, we need to kill the rich. We need to kill the rich. Shut the fuck up, bro. You're the rich. You're the rich. Didn't you think minimum wage was like 80K? Well, hold on, let me show you this. So in America, minimum wage for the states of the highest paid minimum wage is $17.50 to $15.50 per hour, right? So we're gonna do some math here real quick. We're gonna do $17.50 times 40 hours of work a week times, what, 52 weeks in a year? And then we multiply that 2 for fun. It's close enough. Right? It's really close enough. Oh, and then here we go. Look at this. And so in Japan, right, they get paid $1,004 an hour times 8, right? Times 40. Wait, no, times 5. Wait, so 8,000 times 5 times 52. I mean, Japan's making $2 million a year. So honestly, if we just take the average, the numbers don't lie. Okay, so to be fair, the reason why I assumed minimum wage was 80K is because that's what my friends make off their job, and I just assumed that they could only get a minimum wage job. So yeah, that's my bad, because I didn't think my friends were qualified enough to get anything other than minimum wage. So that's just my bad for assuming. To be completely honest, that's kind of rude. Welcome to the Tectone stream, man. Must be your first time here. I am kind of a dickhead.
How dare you say that? How dare you demonstrate bourgeois decadence?
Yeah, now I kind of understand why he was defending Pokimane when she said eat the rich, right? As if they aren't like worth 10, 20 million dollars.
I know, right?
Dude, I can't imagine this existence. Just imagine just streaming 10 hours a day and constantly just getting triggered by your chat just like mauling because you keep saying stupid shit. Hasan defending North Korea feels like a new low. There's no way. This person says, I'm actually so tired of white people. North Korea is actually a beautiful socialist country with free housing and healthcare that's been battling U.S. imperialism for decades. How does he defend this? Ironic, since DPRK is, as a matter of historical fact, a direct victim of the U.S. imperialism.
The nerd emoji is
so
insane.
This person has a rose-colored view. She's still closer to reality on that acknowledgement alone than every single American who thinks they pull trains that eat rat shit for breakfast. He's got to be trolling. There's no way, man. There's no way. Anyway.
All these people do is they go live and they say America bad. That's it. I can't tell you how many viewers you'll get of if you just say America bad and how it's nobody's fault other than the government. It's definitely not the people of America who fuck their own lives up. It's the president, it's the government, it's the minimum wage, it's the gas prices, it's the chicken eggs, where the majority of people just fucked up their own life. And now they're looking at anything else to blame. So if you go live and say America bad, dude, based. This would never happen in Japan, dude.
Anyways, guys, another wonderful day to be alive. Hope you guys are enjoying like the nearly daily.
Bro,
Logan Paul is
I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but that video was fucking amazing. What a good ass video, boys. Here's more Pegasus' YouTube channel. That was great. I appreciate that guy mentioning my name. I'm flattered. It means the world to me that people would actually talk about me in this degree, and I enjoy it quite a bit. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.